Apparently, as of 2025, Sudan is experiencing a civil war between the SAF, the Sudanese Armed Forces, and the RSF, which is the Rapid Support Forces. And it's destroyed the country essentially, killing over 24,000 people and displacing like around 13 million. There are people fleeing the country. There's famine. Everything's just gone to crap. It's terrible. And the conflict started around April 15th, 2023. And there's no real end in sight. And I think the reason why everybody's talking about it again, at least in recent, because it's like an annual anniversary. It's been like 2 years at this point. It's been going on for some time. It kind of all started with like a coup against their leader. Basically, I should probably break this down first. They had a military government where a military leader was ruling over them, right? And it seems like the coup against their leader, Omar al-Bashir, which was in 2019. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that name. It took place because after his 30 years of ruling, there was a bunch of economic crisis, food shortages, and years of brutality, quote unquote. Which is understandable. It sounds like there was a famine going on, and at some point the government was subsidizing farms, but the prices for food got ridiculously out of control where no one could afford bread, and they stopped subsidizing the farm, and I think that was the breaking point. So then it started with protests, and then it got like more, I don't want to say like violent, but they formed like a military, or they got the military of the country to be on their side. So the military, or basically you could say two military, which was the SAF and the RSF, responded by removing Bashar. And the paramilitary, it's kind of hard to describe what they were, because they weren't officially part of their army, but they're basically like paid. They were part of their armed forces, they just weren't officially part of the army. I guess that's like the best way to put it. But anyway, so the two key military forces ended up merging, the RSF and the SAF, and there was essentially like a brief period of peace while the people figured out how they wanted to run their government, a civilian-run government of democracy. So people were trying to figure this out, write up the constitutions or whatever they wanted to do, and basically the SAF and RSF seemingly wanted to assume power. And the reason why this was a problem, aside from the fact that the civilians kind of just got screwed on this, because it's just like the military wanted to replace the leader and put a new one in, is that the RSF and SAF did not run it combined. Like the SAF wanted to integrate the RSF into their army, and when the RSF leader kind of was just like, nah, I'm not doing that, that's when a civil war started. And basically the civil war is because both sides claim legitimacy on who should be like the next ruler. And I feel like they've kind of forgotten the whole point, or at least that maybe that was never the intention to begin with. Maybe they both intended to attempt to assume power after they took out their dictator. It was all just a farce to assist the citizens. But regardless, both of them think that they should be in charge. Both of them are military groups, and it looks like both of them are just trying to redo a military state. And the civilians are just getting caught in the crossfire of that, because I don't think the civilians really feel like being in a civil war right now. It's literally just two military groups that are going at it, and it's resulting in a lot of death and displacement. So for a too long didn't read, essentially they threw a coup against the original leader, and both parties want to assume power, but neither party wants to be integrated together, and the civilians are suffering as a result. So there you go. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen,